Tonight, an alleged local threat has been taken into custody.
Plus, we'll have the students' reactions to the arrest. Stay tuned. Troy TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
From the high-definition digital production center on the Troy campus, with news from Troy University locations around the world, this is Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision Nightly News for April 26, 2012. I'm Judson Garner.
And I'm Bailey Majors. Thank you for joining us this evening. The month-long search for the man responsible for a pair of sexual assaults in Hunters Mountain Mobile Park home is over. According to Troy police, they believe they have their man. Courtney Still has the story.
Last night at approximately 9:30, the Troy Police Department arrested Andre Lamont Ellis, 35 years old, from Troy.
This is the man Troy police believe they have been looking for the past month. Andre Lamont Ellis was arrested in connection with the sexual assault of two women in Hunters Mountain Mobile Home Park on March 26th. Ellis is charged with 2 counts of first-degree rape and 1 count of second-degree burglary, and now sits in the Pike County Jail. Due to this being an ongoing investigation, the amount of information released is limited. However, police were able to confirm that he's a local business owner from Troy with some military affiliation. He does have a criminal history, however, they would not say whether he had come in contact with the victims prior to this incident. Now that Ellis is behind bars, a sense of relief has come to the Troy Police Department, as well as to the Troy community.
Being in a college town, that of course is going to cause panic from mothers and fathers. Which is understanding, and all of us have children. I have 2 daughters of my own, and anytime you have a young female like that attacked, you can't help but to be emotional about it.
You know, this man violated these 2 young ladies, and that's sad. He violated our community, and he put fear in our community. And these folks made sure that they resolved that. We have him right above you now in jail.
Courtney Still, Troy TrojanVision News.
Ellis's bond has been set at $200,000 for each rape charge and $50,000 in the burglary.
And with the arrest, a sense of relief has come over many on the Troy campus. Now that the man who may be responsible for the rapes is behind bars, Deatra Montgomery spoke to students about how they feel about the arrest.
There's a big sigh of relief from students as they learned that the suspect connected to the 2 assaults in Hunters Mountain was arrested.
I'm very impressed with it. I feel like it's lifted a lot of stresses off of the student population.
It's good that he's caught. I'm happy for the victims because it was probably a traumatic time for them.
I think it's awesome. I mean, I'm glad they've caught him. I'm glad it's over with and we can stop worrying about it.
I am very happy, very excited. It means a lot to us here at Troy University.
I'm happy about it. At least people can hopefully sleep, safely knowing that rapist or whoever that was just kind of got caught.
I feel much better knowing that he's been caught. It's been a thing of tension around campus, especially for girls.
I was also happy because now I feel like Troy is like a safer environment.
Students are excited that Troy police have put a suspect in custody. However, they're not neglecting to stay aware of their surroundings.
Of course, now they know that there's not a rapist going around. It is just something from me just to keep in the back of my head, just to keep aware.
For me personally, I don't think I should put my guard down either because, I have a little sister that's, too, so even she's not safe, so I still have to be on my guard technically.
It's always important to keep your guard up because as a young female on a college campus that's real close to, the rural area of Troy in a way, you always want to keep your guard up.
I am relieved, but I wouldn't yet put my guard down because there are still people out there that are, just crazy.
Due to the diligent work of the police, both suspects from the recent crimes on and around campus are in custody, which are helping students breathe a little bit easier. Deatra Montgomery, Troy TrojanVision News.
Now, Bailey, even though a suspect is behind bars, that doesn't mean that students should not still be concerned about their safety.
That's absolutely right, Judson. And Troy University is offering women a chance to learn ways to defend themselves from a potential attacker. Derek James has the story.
Self-defense and public safety is a main concern for Troy University, and now women in the community and on campus have a way to protect themselves, not by learning how to fight, but how to defend themselves through the Rape Aggression Defense Program.
RAD is Defense Against Abduction. If you are in a situation where someone's trying to abduct you, we teach you techniques on how to defend yourself. It's not about being the aggressor.
According to Shield, sexual assault does not discriminate against anybody.
Women of all ages are vulnerable to victimization. It doesn't matter, where you're from or what age you are. There are perpetrators out there that are looking for vulnerable targets. And so it's vitally important that women learn how to take care of themselves and defend themselves should they encounter a dangerous situation.
And it's not just Troy University getting in on the program. The city of Troy wants to make the program available again to the community.
The Troy Police Department, they hope to be offering a community RAD training in the summer, perhaps in July. And then we'll be also offering 5 sections of RAD through kinesiology and health promotion.
Derek James, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Even though the current RAD class is underway, the school will offer more classes in the future. For more information about future RAD classes, you can contact the SAVE Project at 670-3700.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. In Mobile, a teenager shot during a late-night confrontation at a South Alabama fish camp has died. An attorney for the family of the 17-year-old Summer Moody says the youth died last night. She had been hospitalized since she was shot in the head on April 15th.
In Huntsville, Governor Robert Bentley is in northwest Alabama on the 4th day of his tour of towns heavily damaged by the deadly tornadoes last April. Bentley's tornado recovery tour wraps up tomorrow night in Tuscaloosa.
And in Birmingham, a woman has filed an application with the state to take over the management of an abortion clinic that was bombed by Eric Rudolph in 1998. The clinic is to cease performing abortions and surrender its license by May 11th unless a former new provider wins an operating license.
Still to come on Troy TrojanVision Nightly News, the baseball team played on the home field last night. Tiffany Lusser will join us next in sports for all the details on last night's game.
Plus, we'll have the latest on the John Edwards trial. We'll have that story and more after the break.
The prosecution's star witness gets a grilling in the John Edwards trial. I'm Dick Brennan in Greensboro, North Carolina. I'll have that story coming up.
That's right. I think my purse is upstairs on the bed. It's not here. Check the dining room. No. What about your sister's room? It's not there either. The upstairs closet? The downstairs closet.
There are no more closets.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
If you can learn one thing in life, especially if you go into business, it's how to communicate and how to work with others. And I do think Troy taught me that.
Troy reaches out to people who they see their commitment to public service.
Troy just attracts students that want to give back to the community, that want to give back all across the world.
We want to educate the mind to think, the heart to feel, the body to act. We want to enable our students to go out into this world and make a difference.
Troy University, in class, online, within reach. Troy.edu.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
And now for a look at what's happening across the nation and around the world, we'll go to Judson Garner, the Global News Desk. Judson.
Thanks, Bailey. The Pentagon started to brief lawmakers Wednesday on the military's link to the Colombian prostitution scandal. At least one senator says investigators aren't being forthcoming enough. Susan McGinnis has the latest from Washington.
After Pentagon investigators briefed lawmakers about the military's involvement in the Colombian prostitution scandal, Senator John McCain says he wants more.
It was a waste of time because they had no information.
McCain says Wednesday's briefing didn't address the risk of a possible national security breach.
These individuals may have had the schedules of the President of the United States activities during his visit there the night before. That obviously is information that we would certainly not want to fall into the wrong hands.
12 members of the military have had their security clearances suspended. Senator Carl Levin says 6 of them violated curfew before the president arrived in Cartagena earlier this month. The military's investigation is expected to conclude next week. Investigators will then return to the Capitol with more details about what happened. The Secret Service has already fired or otherwise dealt with 12 agents accused of bringing prostitutes to their hotel rooms ahead of the president's trip.
The allegations are inexcusable, and we take them very seriously.
Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano was questioned about the scandal at a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing.
To your knowledge, is this the first time something like this has happened?
Over the past 2.5 years, the Secret Service Office of Professional Responsibility has not received any such complaint.
Napolitano also says she has no evidence the president's White House advance team was involved in the misconduct. Susan McGinnis, CBS News, Washington.
Attorneys for former Democratic presidential candidate John Edwards continue to take aim at an ex-campaign aide, Andrew Young. Edwards is charged with misusing campaign funds to cover up an affair. The defense is trying to paint Young as a liar who facilitated the money trail. Dick Brennan reports from the courthouse in Greensboro.
The prosecution's star witness, Andrew Young, was cross-examined for a second day. His former boss, John Edwards, is charged with using illegal contributions from wealthy donors to hide his extramarital affair. But the defense questioned Young on his version of who solicited one of the donors, heiress Bunny Mellon.
Young has testified on direct examination that the checks just started coming. Turns out on cross-examination that before each check came, Andrew Young, in fact, had a telephone call with Bunny, and then the checks came.
The defense also tried to show that Young was wrong in his timeline of how the alleged conspiracy unfolded, especially on the issue of Mistress Riel Hunter's pregnancy.
A large part of this case is that when they found out she was pregnant, they panicked to get her money. We know now that she didn't announce her pregnancy until the 11th of July, but that was after over $100,000 worth of checks had been received.
Testimony also revealed that John Edwards once gave his own ATM card to Riel Hunter, but his wife Elizabeth noticed suspicious withdrawals and he had to find another way to get money. When questioned, Young denied he was the source of the National Enquirer, which broke the story. The government granted Young immunity from prosecution in exchange for his testimony. Dick Brennan for CBS News, Greensboro, North Carolina.
And that'll wrap things up from the Global News Desk. To see more stories from across the country and around the world, you can tune into Trojan Vision Global News right after the nightly news. Now back to you, Bailey.
Thank you, Judson. And now Tiffany Lester joins us for a look at sports. So, Tiffany, kind of a big night for Trojan athletics last night. 2 Trojan teams were in action.
That's true. The baseball team and the softball team were both in action. The baseball team was at home at Riddle Pace Field, and the softball team was up in Tuscaloosa. And I'll let you know the results of both of those games right now. Last night, the Troy softball team traveled to take on the number 4 ranked Crimson Tide. The Trojans fell 12-0 to Alabama and gave up 4 home runs and 5 stolen bases in the game. Troy only managed 1 hit altogether. The Trojans used 3 pitchers in last night's game. Ashley Rainey got the start for Troy, but only lasted 1 inning. J.C. Afelt and Sarah Thomas both saw action in relief. This weekend, the Trojans will have home field advantage when they host North Texas in a 3-game Sunbelt series. The Trojans in Mean Green will play a doubleheader on Saturday starting at 1 p.m. before closing with a single game on Sunday at 11 a.m. Sunday's game will also be Senior Day as 5 Trojans play the last home game of their career. After a loss to Auburn on Tuesday night, the Trojan baseball team was looking to even their record against in-state teams this week against the Bulldogs of Alabama A&M. Danielle Percival lets us know if they succeeded.
The Trojans hit the field 24 hours after their last action, looking for a better result against another in-state foe. The Trojans toppled the Bulldogs 9-1 Wednesday night.
A game that we haven't had many like this year, where a chance to relax, have some fun, get a lot of people involved. So that was really good for us. I think we needed tonight to get back to feeling how to play baseball in a relaxed way.
Sophomore Ivan Carter made his collegiate debut on the mound, tossing 4 shutout innings and giving up only 1 hit. Coach Pierce says his relaxed appearance on the mound was key Wednesday night.
The thing that I was most proud of is he didn't try to go be somebody he was not. He went out and pitched his game, stayed within himself.
I know I can do it. I know I can pitch. I've been pitching all my life, so it's just trying to get back to doing it again.
I like what he did tonight, and certainly from that he should get other opportunities down the road.
Despite a disappointing loss to the Auburn Tigers Tuesday night, the Trojans had nearly a complete 180 against the Bulldogs Wednesday. Coach Pierce made a few changes in the lineup which may have contributed, but some of the adjustments were necessary.
Well, a couple of them were injury related, so you switch a couple of things here and there, and then a second midweek game this week, which allows some other guys to get some at-bats that didn't get any at-bats Tuesday night.
Coach Pierce said a relaxing game was what his team needed to get back on track.
And we've had so many hard weekends that not many opportunities to do what we got tonight. So very happy that we got the win. We needed the win. We needed some momentum. We needed to come back from Tuesday night. So I think we accomplished all these things tonight.
Danielle Percival, Troy, Trojan Vision Sports.
The Trojans continue their 5-game homestand with a 3-game series against Florida Atlantic starting this Friday night at 6 at Riddle Pace Field. As the Troy men's golf team closed out the 2011 and 2012 season at the 2012 Sunbelt Conference Men's Golf Championship, senior Ricky Casco closed out his collegiate career as a member of the Sunbelt All-Conference team. Casco has been at the top of the Sunbelt standings all season and closed out his career as a Trojan with a 34th place finish. Casco started the day with a bogey on the first hole and got as low as a 1-over, but 4 bogeys on the back 9 resulted in a 5-over performance on the day. The Trojans finished the tournament with a team score of 910 in 6th place. And as we do each week, Trojan Vision brings you a look at everything that is happening in Trojan sports in the weekly sports show, Trojan Sports Now. For a preview of the week's edition, here's Danielle Percival.
Coming up on Trojan Sports Now, we'll bring you a look back at a busy week in Trojan sports. 2 midweek home baseball games, softball, track, and even a little rodeo. Plus, we'll get you geared up for home baseball and softball this weekend, as well as the 12th Annual Coach O Invitational. All that and more is ahead tonight on Trojan Sports Now.
Trojan Sports Now airs tonight and tomorrow at 7 and 11. So, Bailey and Judson, we did have some good luck in baseball, not so much in softball, but hopefully this weekend they can come out with some wins.
Absolutely. Congratulations to the baseball team and best of luck to the softball team. And we'll be sure to tune into Trojan Sports Now.
Definitely.
Okay, thanks a lot, Tiffany.
Thank you.
Still to come on Trojan Vision Nightly News, Troy Fest is just days away. Aaron Taylor will let us know more about the art festival after the break.
But first, we've seen warm and cool temperatures throughout the week, but what can we expect going into the weekend, Bree?
We've had a few significant changes with our temperatures throughout the week, but as we head into the weekend, it looks like those spring temperatures will be here to stay. I'll have more coming up in weather.
When a disaster strikes, time is a killer. The UN Central Emergency Response Fund jumpstarts relief efforts, which saves lives. Help us help in time. Donate now at rapiddisasterrelief.org.
Hi, I'm Mia Hamm. As an athlete, I know injuries happen quickly, so I've teamed up with the American Association of Orthodontists to ask athletes to play it safe. Wear mouth guards, face masks, and helmets to prevent injuries. Visit braces.org.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education.
Right up here.
So every year I take promising high schoolers on a college tour
Lights there, darts there.
to show them that higher education means a brighter future. My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Find out how you can live united for education. Give, advocate, volunteer. Go to liveunited.org.
Do you wear this?
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning Troy Trojan Vision Nightly News.
And now Bree Sanders joins us for a look at weather.
Well, Bree, as we mentioned before the break, at the beginning of this week, temperatures were quite cool, which was sort of unusual, but now we're starting to transition into more normal temperatures. Is this where we're headed for the rest of the week?
Well, you're right. We have seen those varying temperatures throughout the week, but it looks like as we head into the weekend, those spring temperatures might be here to stay. I'll get more into that in just a second, though. First, let's take a look at our campus snapshot. Right now on campus, we see the sun is setting right over Bibb Graves, so whether you're headed to class or headed home from work, you can definitely go outside and enjoy your evening. Taking a look at our current conditions right now, we have sunny skies, temperatures at 83 degrees, dew points at 57 degrees, humidity is at 41%, barometers at 30 inches and falling. Winds are coming in from the south-southwest from 15 to 20 miles per hour. Today's stats, we had a high today of 85, a low of 61. There was no rain today. The sun rises at 6:02 a.m. and it should set at 7:22 p.m. Looking at our temperatures around the state, overall the state is experiencing some lower 80 to mid 80 degree temperatures. Mobile coming in at 79 as well as Huntsville at 79, Birmingham at 85, Montgomery at 86, Troy at 83, and Phoenix City as well as Dothan both at 84. So as you see, we do have those spring temperatures here in our area. Taking a closer look into our current temperatures right now, we're in the mid 80s, but as we head throughout the rest of the southeast, it looks like their temperatures decrease just a little bit there in the Carolinas into the mid 70s, as well as certain parts of Texas, Florida, and Texas in the mid 80s. Looking at our current temperatures around the United States, here in the Northeast, they're in the mid 50s, and as we head back throughout our area, those temperatures warm back up into the mid 80s. Looking at our departure from normal in our area, we're about 7 degrees warmer than where we were this time yesterday, bringing those spring temperatures back into our area, hopefully for good. Looking at our current surface map, we have a few cold fronts coming in through the Midwest here, right above Tennessee, possibly heading into our area. Taking a closer look at our area, we have a few light winds here, nothing too much to worry about right now. As we move into Friday, we have a little bit of rain coming in through the northern part of our state, maybe about a 20% chance of rain or so, but nothing too much to worry about there. As we move into our weekend on Saturday, that rain moves back out of our area, possibly giving us a picture-perfect weekend. Ending our weekend on Sunday, it looks like that rain continues to stay out of our area, but certain parts of the states do experience a little bit of rain here in the Missouri area, as well as in certain parts of Florida. Going into Monday, as we start our week back off, there seems to be no rain in our area. Picture perfect weekend ahead, but it does look like they will be experiencing a little bit of rain in the northern part of the states. Looking at tonight's forecast, we have partly cloudy skies, a few passing clouds, light winds coming in from the south-southwest at about 9 miles per hour with a low of 62. So tonight will be a little bit different from last night. It'll be a little bit warmer, or should I say mild. You can definitely go outside and enjoy your night, or if you have any activities going on, you'll have no problem outside tonight. You may want to grab a light jacket, however, just in case the temperatures decrease as you head throughout your evening. Looking at tomorrow's forecast, we have clouds in the a.m., sunshine in the afternoon. Winds coming in from the southwest at about 14 miles per hour with a high of 86. So tomorrow will be much like today. Picture perfect outside. It will be warm tomorrow, so you can definitely go outside and enjoy your day with those spring temperatures coming right back into our area. Looking at our class outlook for tomorrow, at around 7 a.m. it should be about 64, and as we move throughout the rest of the day, those temperatures warm up to about 84 degrees around 3 p.m. So you can definitely enjoy your Friday. Looking at our 4-day forecast, as we head into tomorrow, we have a high of 86 degrees. That low gets to 61. Moving into Saturday for our weekend, that high stays right there in the mid-80s, right at 86. Low still around 61. Moving into Sunday, it gets a little bit warmer. That high gets to 89 with a low of 64. And Monday, we reach the low 90s to the high of 91. So, Justin, you're right. We have had those varying temperatures throughout the beginning of the week. And as we head through the weekend, those spring temperatures are here to stay. And as we move throughout the rest of the week, it looks like those temperatures get a little bit warmer as we head into next week. Monday, we're seeing 91 for the high, so we shouldn't be seeing any more cool temperatures. It looks like those April temperatures are finally here to stay.
In 1 week, we've felt the fall temperatures, and now it's starting to look a little bit more like summer. All right, thanks a lot, Bree.
Thank you.